Hello, good morning everyone. Let us start with our new chapter, Unit 4, that is Unit Costing. I have already discussed you the format of unit costing. Under that, I will again repeating the format. First one is material consume, opening stock, purchase and purchase related expense. All these things are included under the head of prime cost, that is the prime cost. After that, factory overheads. You have to add factory overhead in prime cost, then you get factory cost. Mind you well, in a prime cost you have to add factory overhead, or we can say that expense related to factory. That's why we get factory cost, that is factory cost. Expense related to factory is equal to factory cost or work cost. Again, in work cost or factory cost, we have to add office and administrative overhead. Again, we have to add administrative overhead or office overhead. In the factory cost, we can get office cost or cost of production. Again, in office cost or cost of production, you have to add opening stock of finished goods and less closing stock of finished goods. You will get cost of production of goods sold, or we can say that COGS. In COGS, we have to add selling and distribution overhead, expense related to selling and distribution. Then we are getting total cost or cost of sales. Again, in cost of sales, we have to add profit margin, or we can say that loss. If it is, then we have to deduct, then we can get sales or selling price. There are some expense which are not included in cost sheet. What are those expense? You have to keep in mind, these are the expense which are not included in this four head, that is prime cost, factory cost, office cost or cost of production. These are the expense or cost which are not included, mind you well, which are not included in cost sheet while calculating cost of unit. First, income tax, bank charges, penalties, debenture interest, debenture discount, profit and loss due to sales of assets. We can say that if you have sell any assets, then if there is a two possibility, either it is a profit or loss. If it is a profit, then if it is a profit or loss, it must not be included in cost sheet. Donation, charities, these are the expense, but you cannot add in a while calculating cost of production. Provision to any reserve, you can also not calculate any of the provisions. Interest on bank loan. See, if you have taken any loan from bank and your interest is considered as an expense, but this type of expense should not be included in cost of production, or we can say that under the cost sheet. Provision for tax, etc. These are the few expense which are not including while calculating cost sheet. Now, first one, going through the exercise. Out of that, we are calculating first one, practical 1. Yes, following details have been taken from the cost department of Neelam Limited for the year ended 31st March on the base of its prepared cost sheet showing cost of each expense, cost per unit and profit or loss. Before starting the question, we have to prepare format. How you can prepare the format? First, you have to draw particular amount, total cost and cost per unit. 4 column or 2 column. If you prepare 2 column, then also find total cost and cost per unit. It is better to prepare 2 column. Now, in prime cost, at least you should keep 10 lines, blank 10 lines, then give heading prime cost. After that, again add factory overhead. Under the factory overhead, at least 10 to 15 lines under factory overhead. then you'll get work cost under work cost plus office overhead. Under that kept again 10 lines. You'll get cost of production. You have to kept only 2 lines. Mind you well, only 2 lines in any of the question. You'll get cost of sales or cost of goods sold plus add selling and distribution. Again you have to blank 10 lines. Then cost, total cost, profit and sales. So you have to prepare at least cost sheet in 2 pages. Right, now let us start with our question. First, purchase of raw material. See, purchase of raw material, the word raw material is over here, so it will be included in prime cost. So you have to put under the head of prime cost, purchase of raw material. Direct wages, the word direct wages is given, so you have to put direct wages under the head of prime cost, direct wages. Now consumption of power, the consumption of power, the word power is given over here, and consumption, it means that consumption of power is related to factory, so you should include under the head of factory overhead. Now commission to agent, the word commission to agent is given, so the agent is related to selling and distribution, so you have to show commission to agent under the head of selling and distribution. Now the word indirect wages is there. See, if direct wages is given, then you have to put in prime cost, but the indirect wages you have to put in factory overhead, indirect wages. Now office salary, the word office salary is given, office salary, so you should have to include it under the head of office overhead, that is office salary. Now carriage inward, the word inward is given, so it would be included in the purchase, so we can say that such type of expense will be included in prime cost, so you should calculate under the head of prime cost carriage inward. If it is carriage outward, then you should be included in selling and distribution of expense, right? So carriage outward will be included in the head of selling and distribution. Now that sales, the sales is the total, after that sales it would be included at last. Opening stock of raw material, the word raw material is given, so it should be included in the head of prime cost. Opening stock of raw material 40,000. Now finished goods, opening stock of finished goods is included in cost of production, opening stock of finished goods. Now traveling expense, the word traveling is given, so it is like selling and distribution related expense, so it should be included under the head of selling and distribution. Traveling expense. Now advertisement expense, again advertisement is related to selling and distribution, so we have to include it in under selling and distribution. Maintenance expense of machine, again the machine maintenance expense is related to factory, so we have to included under the head of selling machine expense of machine. Rent and tax, if any clarification is not given, I already told you that rent and depreciation, if any clarification is not given, then you have to put under the head of factory order. If any clarification with regard to office and factory is given, then you have to put under the separate head. Now miscellaneous expense, yes, it is given. Miscellaneous expense factory and miscellaneous expense office, you have to divide in a separate head, factory under the factory overhead and office under the office overhead. Building repairing expense, the word building repairing expense is given. Before that you have to consider adjustment. 9th 10th proportion of building is occupied for factory, it means that, and 1/10 proportion is building occupied for office, it means that building is occupied for 2 department. For example, first 9/10 proportion is for factory and 1/10 proportion is for building, so you have to divide 2000 in 2 proportion, 1/10 and 9/10. So yes, building preparation expense, out of 2000, 1800 is related to factory, and building expense out of 2000, 200 is related to office overhead, right? Now again 9/10 proportion of rent and taxes is allocated for factory and 1/10 proportion of office. So I've already told you that if any clarification is not given, then and then you have to put in factory. Here clarification of rent and taxes is given. Same way rent and tax is 2000. Out of that 9 proportion is included in factory and a 1/10 proportion is included in office overhead. Same way. See, rent and tax is 1800 is related to factory. Same, rent and tax is 200 is related to office. Unit produced. It should be a last. Now, cost on machine. The word cost on machine is given. So, rupees 4000. Yes, the word cost on machine should be included in factory overhead. Now, depreciation on machine. The depreciation on machine would be included in factory overhead, and depreciation on building. So word depreciation on building is given, but building is occupied for two, that is for factory and office. So you have to divide depreciation also in two different heads. That is under factory overhead, depreciation on building is 800. Here 2000 is given. 1800 is for factory and 200 depreciation on building. 200 is for office overhead. Mind you well, you have to divide in two proportion this depreciation also. Closing stock of raw material. Again, closing stock of raw material is included in primary cost. So you have to deduct closing stock of raw material from first head. Then closing stock of finished good. Again, closing stock of finished goods is over here out of less cost of production. Right. So again, now all those components you have divided in different ways. Now you have to total all these head. First you have to make a total of all these, then you will get 1,62,000 will be the cost. Now you have to find cost per unit. Again, cost per unit. Here we are producing 20,000 unit. Mind you well, 20,000 unit produced. So the cost 1,62,000 will be divided by 20,000. The answer will be a 8.10. The 8.10 per unit will be your prime unit cost. Now in 162,000 all the factory overhead you have to add. It means adding all this factory overhead, you will get 1,91,400. That is called work cost or factory cost. Again 1,97,400 divided by 20,000 unit produced, the amount will be 9.87. Again in 9.87, or we can say that 1,97,400, you have to add all these office overhead. You'll get 2,24,000. It would be your cost of production. Divided by 20,000, you will get 11.20 would be the answer. Now again in opening stock of finished goods and closing stock of finished goods, you have to add and deduct. You will get COGS, that is cost of production, 2,28,000 divided by 20,000, you will get 11.4. Now in COGS you have to add all these selling and distribution expense. You will get a total cost, that is 2,52,000 divided by 20,000, you will get 12.60. Again profit would be your answer because sales is given. Sales is 4 lakh, which is already given in your question. So 4 lakh, the difference between these two amount, that is 4 lakh and 2,52,000, the answer would be 1,48,000. It is your answer, that is profit. Clear? Thank you everyone. These are the this is your first question. I will give you a second question in homework. Thank you.